All right. So I'm a CNC machinist for Swiss machines. There's different type of machines. You have milling machines, Swiss machines, and EDM machines. It's like all goes in the CNC machinist title. So basically,
what's CNC stand for?
About to give you that.
Okay, sorry.
Computer numerical control.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to understand. That's why there's very few people that can do it.
All right.
No lie. It's pretty cool. It's cool, but like it's hard in some fashion because you control things that you really can't control. It's weird. So these machines, the one that I specifically run, it'll have 3 turrets in some of our machines, like our Star machine. There's different brands that make CNC Swiss machines.
And you're making stuff with the machines, right?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff are you making?
Anything. You can literally make almost anything in them.
Is it making with metal? Is it making with wood?
Metal, you can put... No wood.
No wood.
No
okay.
wood. You can do metal, any type of metal, really. There's crazy amount of metal.
Is that mainly what you work with is metal?
Yeah. My last job there is metal and plastic, medical grade plastic.
Plastics. Are you making parts?
Yeah.
Just little random looking parts for stuff.
If I wanted to make this, we can make this easily. No problem. So, well, what my machine does, like I said, there's different brands of machines, how they set up, and different codes of machines, but they all do the same thing, just a different way because of the brand. We have an ECAS, which is a star. The brand is a star. ECAS has 3 different turns on it. And then
what's that mean, a turn?
Turret.
Turrets.
Turret, yeah.
All right, what are turrets?
Turret. All right. Turret, basically these, it's hard to kind of explain. It's just like a turret. It has, can you imagine a turret?
Yeah, like a gun?
Yeah, like a gun.
And a thing that spins and it...
Yeah. That's a machine gun turret, but everything like this could be a turret right here, just to move it. That's a turret. So basically anything just like to hold something to move it.
Can be adjusted,
turned on, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So they're big, huge turrets. They're really big.
Yeah.
Like a circular, and there's one, the machine is box shape.
Yeah.
There's one turret we call the sub spindle. I'll explain it when I get to it. Okay. It's kind of hard to understand. You have the sub spindle, sub collet, same thing. Then there's your main spindle, main collet, which feeds the raw material. Everything's a raw material in a Swiss machine. It has to start as basically a pipe.
Okay.
So we have a thing called a bar feeder that you load it in the bar feeder. There's a pusher on the back of it that pushes the material up while the machine, the main collet, grabs the material and feeds it constantly. So there's constantly pressure that it's
feeding it out.
It's feeding it out into the part where it's getting worked on. So there's constant
material goes in and it's getting shaped up on the other side.
Yeah, basically. So you feed it through, do your necessary. That's a little bit more advanced. Then I'll just be giving you like a tutorial how to run the machine.
Just start with the basics.
I'll start with the basics.
I just want to,
So you feed it through the machine, get everything that you need done. You start the process by pressing start, obviously. There's a little bit more to it, but basically just pressing start. Mm-hmm. Now, you have the one turret that I was talking about, and then you have 2 more that is on top above the material, and then one below it. Mm-hmm. That this turret has about, say, 8 sides. 8 sides that holds a tool holder. So it's this thing that I could put on the turret. I could put a drill inside of it. I could put anything I want, basically machining tools to create what I want.
Okay, so you're swapping out different tools on the turrets to shape the material into these other little parts.
Yeah.
Right? So you're just switching out stuff to make like the tools you need.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, and the parts, because we do anything from, this is why it's weird, a lot of like can't talk about certain stuff.
You're at your own station, right? You
Yeah.
have a desk area, machine area,
Desk, microscope.
microscope. Okay.
Have my toolbox, obviously.
Now, so this is basically is this the full scope of the job? Like you're just making stuff every day? What else is...
I'm making stuff, but I'm also programming it.
You're programming the machine to make these parts.
Yep.
Okay.
And changing tools throughout the day.
Where's the process start? Orders come in or what?
So it starts off with, say, you are looking to get this made right here.
Right.
Just a guy going out. You own your own company that does a whole bunch of stuff. And you're like, well, I would love to make this. Just one day you pick it up. You're like, damn, I'd really like to make this. Who do I get it made by? Or how does this even work? So you go look it up. How are things made? Most of the stuff like this, or mostly everything in here, comes from a machine shop. Everything in here. Nothing, just everything in here comes from a machine shop. I could be making this right here, just this shell casing.
Right.
4 other companies could be making different things on
Like all these different parts.
Yeah.
And then they're assembled somewhere else.
Yeah, and they're assembled somewhere else because either they can find somebody to make it cheaper,
Right.
make this cheaper than us, or maybe that. And they're like, well, let's see how much this guy charged for that. No, he makes that cheaper. So we'll leave it to that company, get another company to do that, have it assembled by us.
That's crazy. How many people could be involved in one thing?
One thing, you wouldn't even know. So you come, this is how the process, you would come to us, say that's your choice because everybody else you tried around the same price range, maybe a little bit more, and you're like, let's try this last guy, see if he's cheaper. I said, yeah. Instead of charging you $10 a piece, I'll charge you $7. And then there we go.
Right.
So then it starts they would have a production meeting. I don't attend that because I'm not that smart enough for that. So it would start a production meeting. They'd bring this in. You would walk through the machine shop after, and you'd be like, wow, this is a nice place. I would want something made here for me. So bang, you pick this. Production meeting, the company would give us a print, or you would give us a print of this. So all the dimensions you would just measure.
Oh,
give
like
it to us.
like a little engineered drawing.
Yep.
Okay.
But then this is an engineer, like a blueprint to a house almost, but a million times more detailed. So we look into it. All right, well, what machine could make this? My machine could not make this, but a milling machine could, because we can only cut from raw bar stock. Sometimes with the milling machine, they can just get a straight plate of metal.
Yeah.
Put it in a saw and cut it down to something like this. From a big plate, and then just throw it in a machine. It does everything that it needs to do. But on my side of it, say if it was something more simple, well, not even simple, because we get pretty small stuff from, there's dimensions on the things that you can only hold a thousandth of an inch. You know how small that is? It's pretty fucking small. So this is where I wanted to get into. That's why it's so crazy, because this would be easy make for us, but let's say this little screw, right, or the top of the screw, we would make something like that, but like 20 times smaller is something that goes in your body, because we do a lot of medical too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like stuff that goes
in people's,
like, we have for surgery.
Yeah, we have some pretty crazy stuff. Like pretty crazy stuff. So this is nowhere compared to what we do. This would be
It's too easy. It's too easy.
Way easier. You're doing
inches. Complicated stuff at your, what's it called with the company again?
Is a Mac machine company. So this would be nothing compared to, I don't think anything in this room could probably compare to what we make.
Would you even, would it like even be considered
to make this?
Yeah, or would it be too expensive?
This is not enough money. This is probably cost 3 cents to make. Not even.
Wow. Okay.
Not even.
So, how many people are, how many other, do you know how many machines there are?
In our department, there's, I want to say 12.
You say your department. What is your department?
Swiss machine. We're separated. We make the most money in the company.
Okay.
Milling machine, let's put it this way. Milling machine has 2 axes they work with. We work with 4.
Axes?
Axes. X, Y, Z.
Oh, axes.
Axes.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're only dealing with the Y and the X.
Just a two-dimensional kind of thing. Wait.
It's a two-dimensional. The machine only works in two directions.
Okay.
X and Y.
I want to get my dimensions right.
I mean, I should know this. I'm pretty sure it's X and Y. If it's not X and Y, it's definitely X and Z.
I think X and Y sounds like just the two-dimensional plane.
See, we go
and then
X,
Z is
Y, Z, R.
What's like you're making a fourth dimension? Well, how's the fourth?
Just the machine that we work, like the milling only has two dimensions. We work with 4 dimensions, like those turrets. They can all go.
It's got to be 3, right? It's got to be 3 dimensions.
No, that only has 2. Milling machine only has 2.
Milling has
Up
2.
And down, that's all one. That's just your X.
Yeah.
A Y is this way.
Right.
So the machine can only go straight and up.
That's from a milling machine.
Yeah, milling.
Two of the what?
They don't have turrets.
What are
milling machines?
What do the milling machines have?
I'm not actually sure.
Doesn't matter.
Because I don't work there. So I just know the idea of.
All right, go back over to your department.
No, I probably should. All right, so we're back in my apartment. Mine there's 4 different axes. The turret, it could do way more than any machine in there.
All right.
That's why we get paid the most. That's why it's harder, because you're dealing with way smaller. Milling machine could make something like this.
Right.
We make stuff that is smaller than your hair, almost. A piece of hair. Like, almost
and
so.
Do you know what this stuff goes into? Do you know everything that you're making? When you're making it, you're like, oh, this is for that? Or is it like
I would say
you
70,
don't always know.
70 or 70%. Actually, no. I would say 30% is I know how much we do.
So 70%, you're not sure what the purpose is for what you're making.
Yeah.
You're just making some random small parts. Could be like for killing a dude.
Yeah. One thing that I've made was, what was that used for? A heat deflector on a satellite.
What?
Outer space. Because of the sun.
That sounds...
Special type of metal.
I've seen you get messed up on the weekends, and you're making parts for satellites. Do you make any stuff for weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah? You know that for sure?
Yeah, for sure. How I can tell is, well, the first time I ever looked it up, this is like a subcontractor just does their own business out of the military, making weapons. Mm-hmm. It's called Lancer Evolution in Germantown.
Okay.
You can tell right on the bottom of the print, it'll say, it'll basically tell you in their own words, this is like U.S. government. I'm trying to think of the exact words. I remember looking. It was like a year ago that this happened.
And it's a government.
It's government contracted thing. Like you can't take pictures, can't talk about it.
Okay.
It's weird, but
that you're not being specific at all, which is good. You don't need to be more specific than that. Cool enough. So,
do I know what the piece is made for? No.
What's a typical day look like? How do you know what you gotta make? How's that coming into you?
We all have our assigned machines unless they switch it. So you could be right now. I'm on a 3-month project. I have about a week to go on it.
You're on a 3-month project.
Yeah.
Making a certain thing.
It's a little copper piece. Yeah, just making one sort of thing.
For 3 months.
For 3 months, yeah.
The same piece?
Yeah. It sucked.
It's
production.
You keep count of what you make?
Yeah, we have to. 3 different people keep count of what we make.
Do you know how many of these things you're making over 3 months?
16,000.
16,000 these tiny little pieces.
Well, this one's pretty big. We get it's decent, not huge, but it's a decent.
Okay.
It's called a negative terminal.
Is it I don't know how big?
Let's say that big. So that one's
less than an inch.
Decent. Yeah.
But all right.
Different. My machine is the most expensive one in there. It can hold almost the biggest thing that you can in a Swiss machine. Uh-huh. So we can make larger stuff, but more intricate. So it's larger, but it's still pretty crazy.
There's a lot of detail involved.
Yeah, and there's 20 different tools on there compared to some jobs you might a really simple job will have 4 tools.
All right.
I have to keep track of 20 different ones, and the reason why. The tools is what you spend the most money on. You can go out you wanted to buy a drill, a live drill, you're gonna spend $500 just on that one thing. It'll last you about. The holder itself will last you maybe a couple of years.
The holder for the
tool. Holder for the tool. Now, buying the tool might last you 2 minutes.
The tool itself?
Yeah, you could put that thing in there. You can put that thing in there and not do the right thing and be off by 0.1/10 of an inch. You know how fucking small that is?
Yeah. Well, no, but like I can.
Wait,
1/10 of an inch?
10th of an inch.
Okay, I can kind of visualize that.
You can
It's
barely even see
really
it.
small though. I get it. But you're saying if you're off, you can destroy the tool.
Yeah, I could go like this. This could be the tool. It's supposed to be set here, and I could have it right there.
Just an inch, a 1/10 of an inch off.
And I can blow out $1,000 and not even a fucking.
If that's how much the tool is.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Because usually you break the holder with the tool.
Oh,
so
geez.
the holder is.
Okay, so.
It's a lot of money to do it. That's why.
You got to pay attention. You got to know your shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So you got to watch the tools, 20 of them. And you know the only way to get an idea of when they break is either by pulling out and looking at them, but you have to make a certain rate a day. To make a certain amount of pieces a day.
So you got to make 16,000. How many roughly are you making a day?
A day? 272.
All right.
Because you need 32.
So how long is it taking you to make one of these little things, these little copper pieces?
I'm going to say like 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Okay.
No, wait, because I need 32 an hour, so it would take a little bit longer than that.
32 for the hour?
Yeah, so that's about...
If it's 30 in an hour, then like 2 minutes each.
2 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
Two.
Okay.
So
Someone's giving you the contract to make these things, though, right? Like
Yeah.
the project.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Bret, you got to make a lot of these. Go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, and that's a boss?
Well, yeah, the owner of the company will hand it down to my supervisor. My supervisor says, Bret, boom.
All right. Do you know how many people work in your company?
I would say maybe like 50.
50?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a little less. In my department?
You said like 12?
Yeah, 12.
All right. So other people that aren't working machines, like you got a supervisor,
Mm-hmm.
an owner of the owner of the company, right?
Yeah. We got management, like other management, business salesmen.
Like there's sales. Yeah,
we have a QC department, which is pretty cool.
QC?
Quality control.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So everything we do, we're supposed to check it, like check our parts. There's a thing that they give you, a sheet. Mine is about 32 pages long. And this is the easy way of putting it. All right. Say, because if I want a water bottle, say this is what I want made, or we'll do this. This is what I want made.
Back to this.
Just a good example.
I never even described it. It's a playing card made out of metal, and the spade is removed from the middle, so you can open a bottle with it, like a beer or soda.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. But it's the size of a card, just so if you're not watching it.
This is it.
All right, yeah, All
right, so say if we wanted this made, you don't want a card, because when you put all those cards like a normal deck, they all fit.
Right.
You wouldn't want one card that's sticking out of the side. You're like, what the heck? Why is that way bigger? That's because whoever made it had a tolerance, and every card had to be in that tolerance.
Okay.
And they'll have a tolerance from plus or minus 1,000.
Uh-huh. So
that means that you get plus 1,000 of room and minus around like that of room.
One 1,000th?
Yeah. Say this diameter from here to here.
Top to bottom.
Top to down. 7.95. That's what we measure it.
7.95 what?
Millimeters.
Okay.
Now say the company says 7.95 plus or minus 5,000. That means that you have 7.90 to 8.00.
Okay.
So that's your total room that you have to work with.
That tiny margin.
If you blow it out, something's not going to look right. Or
right.
They're just going to know.
Or it won't work for whatever it's for.
Yeah.
Whether you know what it's for or not.
Yeah. So there's tiny, you couldn't even see, if I made this even 20 thousandths bigger in the length, you would not see it. You wouldn't even be able to tell.
Right. Because that's a crazy tiny, you're talking 21 thousandths of an inch?
Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't even Really wouldn't even see it.
Right, you
much.
can't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played with my dad had an old micrometer from Decca.
That's what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That weird looking thing. You just.
Yeah, and they're expensive. Spent
Lord.
like $700 on
That's
tooling
insane.
for just to measure shit. But yeah, so those are what you have, but it be for everything on here.
So
It's just not that 7.95. Then you would have, let's go with random numbers, 6.00 plus or minus 1,000. So you got to watch that because that's
from
shorter
left
than
to
that.
right.
To left to right.
So you have a different tolerance for everything that needs to be trimmed down from each individual way. Whether it's
Everything
from the
on here.
middle to the side to the top to the bottom, this little curve over here. Okay.
Everything from in here. This is what we would call, see how it dips down in there in the card?
Yeah, at the bottom of the spade.
We would call that a radius.
Okay, like the round part.
Yeah, the round part. Maybe they just wanted the 3,000th radius plus or minus nothing. So if you fuck that up, that's a bad part. The whole thing's bad. You can't fix that.
And is all this being determined before you even make one? Like, are you doing all this math and programming the machines?
Our programmer, our
first?
top programmer, our engineer will put it in there. He has what the machine is doing. It's almost like doing IT work in a way with coding.
Right. Do you have more? Is there like a couple programmers?
We only have one,
Two
but
programmers.
one's the main guy because he
All
can
right.
do everything in the building, not just for our department.
Right. Okay.
So this guy is putting in M codes and G codes and
Cheat codes.
cheat codes, but he's putting all those in, and then he gives it to us. We upload it, and he uploads it in the machine, or whoever the setup guy is. Setup guy sets up the machine, just puts the program in, puts the right tooling in, makes sure everything's in its proper place, and then somebody that's newer will hop right on it after all that process is done and start running it.
Okay.
Now it's your job to keep it where it's at. They're done with everything. Now they have it set up. You got to watch the tooling. Got to make sure everything is, say if a tool broke, you have to make sure that tool's on point back when you put it back in, and make sure it's not messing up anything else, because nine times out of 10, it won't be the same. You're going to have to go into the machine and make that. So another example, this is at 7.90, and it was at 7.95. I might know that my tool is probably shot because it should not jump that far, or maybe just worn out. So I have to go change the tool.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've already been what we call offsets in the machine. They're the list of the tools and what they do. Not what they do. You just have to know what axis does what on this. So if I wanted to turn that 7.95 up, I'd go in my offsets, do the math, convert it to inches because the machine will not read. It only reads English.
Okay.
And they give us the print in metric. So I have to convert that number from metric to English and put it in the machine. So now you got to deal with that, converting it right. So I can mess up
Yeah. You can
and put like a freaking inch in and wind up
There's a lot of different places that you could screw up along the way.
a million.
is what I'm
Yeah.
is what I'm learning.
It was a
here.
million.
So you got to pay close attention.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you mind it? Is 3 months to make 16,000 of these things? Is that a long time, or is that like an average amount of time?
Nah, it's really long. That's usually I'm like on a job for like 3 days. I ran 72 different jobs in a year last year. This
Whoa.
year I've only ran 10.
Well, it's only January 10th.
But my
Or
start,
20th.
I go by how long I've been there. So April 16th, I'm coming up on April
Oh.
2nd. That'll be my second year
I see.
compared to my first.
So from April to now,
I've only ran
from
10
April to
different jobs.
January, 10 different jobs.
Compared to the year before, that was 62.
Is it more annoying to have this like 3-month thing? Is this getting to you, making the same thing for 3 months, or is it like mindless? Like, is it chill?
Well, now it doesn't bother me because I know what my ultimate game plan in life is now. So I know I won't be
so you
there.
got something to look forward to.
Well, like I know that I'm not going to be doing this for the rest of my life, and
Right.
obviously I'm looking in the military thing.
Yeah.
So knowing that is around the corner and hopefully it works out, I'm not really mad at the fact that I'm on the same one because I've been on it so long. I can run it with my eyes closed. I
Right.
train everybody else that has to go on it. Train the night shift guys how to even fucking do it. So like I know it. I walk in there. I don't have to worry about any of the normal problems if you put me on a machine that makes that. I have no idea what I'm like. Shit. Well, now I really got to focus. I mean, you got to focus now, but it's like effortlessly. If I know this drops from 7.95 to, or jumps up to 8.00, I'm like, oh, I know it's wrong. Boom, fix it.
Oh, you
now,
have
if that
all
did
those
that, that could be
in.
like,
you got to, like a different piece.
Yeah.
A new thing
everything.
you got to pay so much more attention to because it's not right there.
Yeah, it's not right there, and I'm not used to it. I haven't done 16,000. I'll do an order of those for 200. Won't see it again for a year and hop back on it.
So that's the short and long of it, right? Someone gives you the orders.
Yeah.
It gets set up with the programmers, and you kind of determine how it needs to be made, the process of which you need to do it, the tools that are involved, and then you're facilitating it and making the same part by yourself at your own station, right?
Yep.
And that's what everybody else is doing. They're just making these parts, sending them out, right?
Yep.
Is there any paperwork to do? Is there anything else, like little tedious things that you do throughout the day?
You have to obviously make sure your tools aren't busted and make sure your work area is clean. Paperwork-wise, you have to always have your time logged in.
Okay.
So, like, at the end of the day,
sure,
you turn in one sheet for what your production for the day and the hours. So, like, I put in 9 hours, 300 parts. I only needed 272. So I put in, they can figure out the percentage of what I'm doing on an average. That's why they have what we turn in and how long we do it. So they're like, well, this guy is only doing 9 hours and only 250. Why don't I have Bret do it? And he does it 9 hours and 300 parts. And so they get an average of like.
So they're trying to optimize their people.
Yeah.
Obviously.
They know who the top guys people are to be on there. Like certain people have certain jobs. I run like a couple jobs that nobody else has touched because I crush their numbers.
Right.
So without even trying half of the time.
And your hours are kind of unique.
Yeah.
They're like wicked early.
Yeah.
Like
sucks.
Is it?
I got to get up at 5.
What are your hours then?
5 to 3, 5 to 3:30, or 5 to 4. It depends because my supervisor's really cool. I mean,
so wait, 5? You get to work at 5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah, depends. I can come in at 5 or 5:30.
8 or 9 hour. Wait.
10 hour.
10 hour
10
days.
and a half.
10 every day.
Yeah.
Damn.
And we don't get paid for the other. Technically, I think it'd be 11, right? So we get our 30-minute lunch not paid for. So
if it's 5 to 4, 5 a.m. to 4 p.m., that's 11 hours.
Yeah. And they only pay us for 10 and a half.
That's crazy.
Yep.
How long have you had this job?
2 years almost.
Almost 2 years?
Drives you crazy.
When I met you, did you have this job when I met you?
I believe I was working at.
So we never talked about that.
No, yeah. I had this job when,
Okay. Must have been like pretty recently. I don't know. But what I don't know is how you got the job.
I worked at a place called Pulse in Quakertown. Wind up leaving there. My cousin was working at the place I do now.
Wait, what did you do?
Same thing.
Just
CNC machining.
At that other place?
At my other place.
What was it, the first job you had working machines?
Yeah.
All right, so what was the idea like of you getting into these jobs where you're working machines? Was there any thought process there?
No, I just shot and needed the job. I was tired of doing 10 an hour.
Doing what before that?
Freaking working at Jiffy Lube, dude.
Oh,
like this is like
oh, no kidding.
Yeah, this is like 30 steps above like what I was doing.
But
like,
you were working on like cars?
Yeah.
Doing small engine repair stuff? Or
no, it's just Jiffy Lube's all oil changes and tire rotations. And then before that was all landscaping and tree work. So I had like the crappiest jobs, manual labor jobs ever.
Well, so, landscaping is like the bottom of the...
Dude, that sucks.
Anybody can do landscaping with the right guidance.
Yeah, guidance. You have to be mentally tough too.
Yeah,
that beats down on you.
Yeah, especially when the sun's out.
Yeah,
that's beating down on you. That's what's beating down on you. Sun. Yeah. So
tree work.
Were you a car guy at all before?
No.
So you just ended up getting into Jiffy Lube, oil changes.
It was just jobs to get money.
And then
now a career.
Well, I can imagine when you already had a job working machines, it would be easier to get another job working a machine.
Oh, yeah. They hired me right away.
Okay.
They talked to me, and they're like, because there's not many people that want to do it and can do it.
Okay.
Like, you just can't be anybody. This is not like, oh, yeah, job fair. Come here. No.
You're right.
You have to have at least in a year or two experience to be.
Well, how'd you get the first job then?
I got lucky. My cousin worked there, too.
Okay, so your cousin worked at that job you first got, and he helped you get in.
What?
Was there an interview process?
Yeah, there was an interview.
Submitted
this
a
place is
resume.
even crazier than my last one.
Really?
We make $10 million at my company now. The other one before made $56 million.
Whoa. Okay.
They were doing some crazy stuff.
Would you say it would be tougher to get in there then? That first company?
No, because you didn't need any experience to work there.
You didn't need experience to work at that first place.
They did something completely different than any other machine shop. They paid for you to go to school, but you had to sign a contract that you'd be there for a certain amount of years, and
not another machine type company.
Or we would after our shift, they give us an hour overtime or time and a half, and do an hour-long class and teach you. So they were teaching you how to do it. It was almost like a school that you got paid to go to.
Okay. All right.
It started off there.
So that was your good job to then get this job. Is the second job with machines and stuff, is this better than your last one? Why did you change jobs?
Closer.
Oh, location.
Closer, and I can't say the money. Well, I'm getting paid more now, but over time, the place I was going, they had a thing called Fast Track, which is a raise like every 4 months.
Whoa.
So it's pretty nuts. If you knew what you were doing,
right?
You would take a test. Like you can different grades of machinist. Like right now, I'm at the highest. I'm at the highest point of where because it goes. Dang, I can't even speak right now. There's a 1 and 2 there's 2 levels, 1 and 2. 2 is not knowing what you're doing. 1 is knowing basically you could just do what you're told and just do it. Mm-hmm. And then there's setup guy, like our setup guy. They set up the machines, and there's the programmer, engineering programmer. So,
okay,
that's how the levels work. But I got pretty lucky.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh yeah.
But you're constantly saying, screw this company, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, it just sucks, dude.
Well, what specifically sucks? Can you be a little more specific?
Mental.
Just the
all my jobs have been physical, and I can deal with physical, but you can't deal with mental sometimes.
Just the over and over? The monotonous, same stuff for 3 months?
Well, you just, every day you're worried about busting something that could cost crap load of money just because of one mistake.
Would you say it's stressful?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Oh.
It's like having a damn gun to your head to have at a time.
Well, if you do break $1,000 tool as soon as you put it in, is that coming out of your pay?
No.
Okay.
But it's coming out of if you want to advance, because then the guy's like, oops. It really sucks because my supervisor has the weirdest thing ever. My supervisor has no experience in actual machining, like jumping on them. He just supervises.
He's never used the machine.
No.
Okay. Typical.
So he doesn't understand anything that's going on, but thinks he does. So he thinks it's as easy as just opening the bottle, like the cap.
Yeah.
When there's a million other steps you got to do before that.
Right.
Like I'm reaching for it, I'm going to twist it. He doesn't see all that. He just thinks, well, you're just opening the cap, just do it.
Right.
So having somebody with that mentality of just do it, dude. It's whatever.
Doesn't make it easy.
It's just like breathing.
Right.
But it's really not.
All right.
So that, and just like, because you want to be the best. I'm the type of person that likes to be the best in everything.
Competitive,
like everything.
dude.
Everything I do. I think that's why I'm pretty good at video games half of the time. So I'll sit there and try to be better and better and better. And then, so like, it sucks because in that job, you can easily mess up, and then that can ruin your chances of something else. Because you could be 1 week, could be sitting there blowing it out of the water. You're like, this is easy. And he goes, all right, Bret, we'll see what happens next week. Might get you in some programming. And then you go and do something stupid because you missed one little tiny step. Mm-hmm. One little tiny step before even going opening that. And it just bombs your chances of everything. It just sucks.
So you got to be perfect in order to get more opportunity.
Yeah.
So I know you said that you didn't want to be here forever, but if you were, is there like a clear progression of where to go in the company?
Not there. They have their guys picked. It's almost like freaking watching, like, because it's a family-owned company. It's not more of a corporate.
So they know who will go where.
Yeah.
It's not like
before you even know it. You can't even earn it.
You can't earn it.
No.
Okay.
Unless you're walking in there like Harvard. Oh yeah, this. So it's like almost like like doing fucking flag football and the coach's dad.
Oh.
yeah. It's just like, oh, that's my kid. Yeah, he's going over yours, even
Right.
though that one might be better. We're just
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
All
like
right.
that. How it works there. My other job. It's
Did you end up getting more? Like, have you gotten a raise since you've been?
oh
there?
yeah.
But okay, so how do you earn a raise? You just do good, or do you work more machines? Get a better? You make more? You outwork everyone else?
You just show better worth ethic and just like I had to wait until my review the first time. So everybody, you get a review every year.
Okay.
I got my review, bang. 2 months later, he's like, Bret, I need to talk to you. We're moving your machinist grade to grade 1 instead of 2. I'm going to give you an extra $1.50 because we can't. The competition around here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was bullshit me or not, but I don't know. Just felt sketchy, but I felt good.
Okay. All right.
So I got a pretty. It's really, I think it's up to the guys that see you around working, and then the supervisor, obviously, and the owners. Those are the guys that are paying you.
But you got to be.
Yeah, I
earning
earn.
it. You're earning
Yeah.
it.
I do more than what I have to do. Like I
Right.
could be complaining. I train kids.
Yeah, that's valuable.
Yeah. Nobody else in there train like.
Well, how about that? What's is there turnover often? Like, do people quit a lot?
Oh yeah.
Really?
They can't handle it. We just got a kid that just got fired.
After how
day.
long? After how long?
After like eight months.
Okay.
But like.
But there's guys there much older than you, right?
There's guys. 4 of the guys in there that I work with have been there plus 25 years.
Do you know how old the company is?
I want to say like has to be like 60. Yeah, maybe not. That seems old. No, that seems
Okay.
old. Let's
Not
go
quite
with
that old.
30.
Okay. And it's a family-owned business,
Yeah.
about 50 people. All right. And what are you wearing when you're at work? Specific
You just wear
uniform?
you always just jeans and boots and then whatever t-shirt. They're
Yeah,
not strict on
goggles,
that.
respirator, anything like that? Gloves?
You have to have eyeglasses, but you don't have to be wearing them unless you're just working on something that you just basically, they don't really care about it. They're just like, oh, you're the dumbass that didn't wear your safety glasses. If you have a freaking brushing wheel and you're like,
Right. So that's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that's on you.
yeah, it's on you.
But wait, if you get hurt at work, company's insurance got to cover it, right?
Yeah, they cover
So
it.
I'm sure they want you to use
They
your
want
goggles.
you, but it's not like my last job where they had like literally a line at the door and like you can't go by here if you don't have them on
Oh,
your
wow.
face. This place is just like,
All right.
just
Okay.
put them on. Don't be a dummy.
All right.
Dummy.
A little more laid back, I guess. Okay. All right.
So it's not bad. Really confusing. There's a lot of shit.
Is there a time when the machines are working on the part and you can like walk away for a second?
Oh yeah. But like if you're on a job that you don't really know and you just like maybe I should just stay here and see how it
Something
runs.
could happen.
Yeah.
You get okay. All right. That
'Cause,
makes
like,
sense.
There's like multiple times where I go on my lunch break, let it run because I want to get those extra pieces because that time's not counted for.
Right.
And come back, the whole machine's crashed up. And I just snapped the freaking $400 holder. Happened 2 weeks ago. Ismac, you suck.
Isn't
So-
it you that sucked? You screwed it up.
Oh no, technically the machine did.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
sucks,
That the machines
because-
can make mistakes. The machines actually aren't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's why you got to be there and watch it.
Yeah, that's why you
Alright.
got to be there. And if the machine goes down, they blame you because
Oh,
they
sure.
have no idea.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you're sick of it. And so why the military?
I just wanted to do it since I was younger. Since I was younger.
So it's been a thing. It's not like you were at this job and got so inspired by
it's
something.
been a thing. And I feel like the proper step of changing life around sets
Your life.
Yeah, it sets me up for pretty good things.
Okay.
And
Yeah, no question.
fuck it, if I can go over there and help somebody else out, why not?
All right.
I've done enough shit in my lifetime. I need to start friggin' getting Jesus on my side.
If that job, and give me the job title again because it was kind of crazy.
CNC Machinist.
CNC. Oh, okay. Now it makes a little more sense. CNC Machinist. What kind of person, like those old guys that are working there like 20 plus years, what kind of people are they that they found their thing and they're good with it?
I think they're really content people.
They're just content.
It seemed because
Walking
I
in,
want to
doing the
freaking
same
jump off
thing.
the top of the building at the end of the day. These guys are just like, yeah, I guess I'll work Saturday. Dude, there's no way I'm going Saturday. No way.
So you're So it's just because of the monotonous stuff, not for you. But obviously, if you need that, if you're because you're itching with ambition.
Yeah.
You're reaching for something more, jumping into the military.
These guys are just like, I feel like they just got it. And like, I asked them, I asked everybody in that building, is this something that you wanted to get into? Only one guy went to school for it. Everybody else seemed like it was their last option, sort of like mine. Like, I didn't want to work outside anymore. I didn't want to work at Jiffy Lube. I actually wanted to make legit money getting into machining. And this isn't bad.
Have you been happy with your compensation?
Yeah. I can just do whatever I want, really.
I think it's been fair.
I need to save more. Maybe it'll freaking and maybe it'll look like something. I'm too busy spending.
That's a different story.
Yeah. But the pay's not bad. It's just like I'm not a content person. I want to do something.
So it's obviously for the dude that can sit there and just focus all day,
and
mindless,
do one thing, and
then go home and still be happy.
There's
plenty of people out there like that. It's just as long as you know what you're getting yourself into, or you treat it like it is, like you knew. Yeah. You never got the job thinking like, oh, this is my forever job. This is my career, my passion. You never thought that?
No. I tried to make it a thing, and I'm like, no, I can't do that.
You thought it was going to be a thing?
Oh, I wanted to make a thing because that was my first actual. I'm like, dang, I can really run off with this. And then after a year, I'm like, no, I'm ready to fucking call it quits.
All right. Okay.
I'm about to jump off this bridge. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like everybody there is just like, I'm not like that.
Do you think? Are you assuming that all factory jobs are like that? Like people that are working machines at Deca or something like that?
I think everybody hates their job besides people. I couldn't say everybody. 90% of America hates their job.
I'd like to.
Is that factual?
I don't know, but I'd like to find out.
Yeah. Who likes their job? Like,
well, obviously, there's more passion-filled jobs out there that people make for themselves.
I mean, if you get what you want, I guess it's a good job.
Well, listen, you look at someone like my dad who's been busting his ass with like 3-4 jobs since I was born, or until I was born.
Yeah.
And then he finally found a way to be an entrepreneur and just build homes by himself, no one telling him what to do. From that perspective of going from bad, like shit work, and now he's on his own doing what he wants to do, he's in heaven. He's been in heaven since he started building in like 87 or 88, and this is a great job in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
But also probably most people don't want to be a home builder.
No.
And deal with those headaches, of which there are significant ones, that the consequences are how much you take home that year, potentially losing your house. Because that happened to a lot of builders during the recession. People weren't ready, and their life just got flipped upside down. People owing you money. This guy owes me 20 grand. This guy owes me 50. That's heavy stuff. Those are problems that I really don't want.
Yeah, I would not do that. Like, you got me 20 grand.
But yeah, some of those jobs like Deca, you don't really have to worry about it, and it's just something solid. My dad worked at Dana when they were still open.
That's funny because the guy that works with me now, Scott, the guy that I fuck with. Fuck you, Scott, by the way.
He's never gonna watch this.
Sorry, I'll show him. Yeah, Scott. He actually worked at Dana, then he told me to shut down, and then he wound up coming to the freaking jail cell.
The jail cell.
That's what we call it. But yeah, interesting shit.
Well, okay.
Not bad.
Well, I hope you find more happiness in the military. I know you will, because there'll be like a lot more structure and progression, somewhere to go.
Yeah. And I see
and that's something
benefits.
That, it seems like something you want. I think you're gonna find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't die.
Depressed, yeah.
But
that's what Booty said. He's like, dude, what happened if your plane blows up? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you don't even give me a shot outside of the plane?
He can blow up on any plane.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm going to try to get him in here next.
Who?
Andrew.
Boot? Oh,
Andrew.
Call service. Fuck you, Booty, if you're watching this. Your job sucks.
You drop it. I think you will be the record holder for the most bombs dropped on this thing. Not that I really care. But
is that bad?
Nah, it's okay.
Fuck it.
All right. Well, thanks.
Adios.